What are the top 3 issues you would tackle as a county supervisor? Please be specific.
My top 3 issues, one would be involvement of the community. I feel there's a lack of transparency right now between the Board of Supervisors, the City Council, any type of legislative body. They're not involving the community enough, I don't believe. Number 2 is to actually listen to the community and what the community wants to do for the future of our community. Most of the studies and surveys and everything they've talked about, the number 1 item has always been recreation to move forward. And that's been the number 1 thing that we have totally ignored the entire time that we have been trying to move forward. And number 3 would have to be with number 1, community involvement.
And my top 3 issues that I'd like to tackle, first off, the economic vitality. We have had such an awful recession over the last 6 or 7 years, and this is time for us to start rebuilding. I really believe strongly that we need to get going, get some economic vitality going in all of our communities, everywhere from Tahoma to South Lake Tahoe, down to Pollock Pines. We need to take a look at what our county can do to help spur economic development. My second issue, all you have to do is look at what happened over the last few weeks here with that great fire, the King Fire. We really need to make sure that our forests are healthy. So by that end, we need to make sure that we work with CAL FIRE and with the U.S. Forest Service to make sure that our forests are thinned properly and that we have public safety and health issues also within all that they are all taken care of. And so my third issue is it's mental health. We really have a problem with mental health these days, and we really need to make sure that our county gets on board and helps to collaborate with all the other agencies to make sure that our mental health issues are directly taken care of. And again, everywhere through all of our communities, we need to make sure that that those people that are in trouble that need help can be taken care of in our county.
What organizations do you belong to? How will those associations help or hinder you if in the supervisor seat?
Well, I feel it's incredibly important to have experience in this seat, and that's where I think I shine. I have been involved with Lake Tahoe Unified School District. I've been on the school board and as past president of that organization for over 12 years. That's given me the unique ability and experiences needed to be able to go down to the Board of Supervisors and work with other people, be able to collaborate with other board members. I'm also the immediate past president, Seroptimus International of South Lake Tahoe, and current president of Lake Tahoe Wildlife Care Board of Directors. Again, these are wonderful organizations that have really taught me the skills needed to go down and be able to collaborate with others and make sure that we as a board on the Board of Supervisors can do what's best for the county. Other jobs, organizations I've belonged to, let's see, I have been president of PTAs of all 3 schools my daughters attended, Myers Elementary, which is now Lake Tahoe Environmental Magnet School, the middle school, and I helped quite a bit on the high school with site council. And then again, 25 years ago, I worked with the Myers Community Plan, was one of the ones, one of 12 citizens that helped actually develop that. So that gives me an incredible background on land use, which is a really important issue nowadays between the TRPA, our Conservancy, and the Board of Supervisors. We really need to understand and get a grasp on land use, and that experience I have, and I believe I can bring that not only to the supervisors but also the TRPA and the Conservancy, just about all the other boards that we need to be involved with.
Okay, I do not currently belong to any organizations, and I am not, I spent almost 21 years in the Nevada Army National Guard, where I retired in 2008. I do not feel that I should belong to any particular group or organization in the town. I believe that will help out because through the years that I've lived up here, I've been involved with every single organization, every single fundraiser, every single thing that's going on for the community. In this way, I feel I can give 100% to each one of those organizations without feeling hindered on helping one organization over another. If I belong to one organization and another organization asked us for help, I would give them help and I would give them anything we could possibly do to help their organization. But there would always be in the background that you're not helping our organization, you're helping their organization. in this way, I just feel that I can work with all the organizations, and that's it. And as far as dealing with land use and everything else, I built the very first multi-use, multi-family residential commercial unit in South Lake Tahoe with over 30 years in Myers, and I have dealt with the TRPA, I've dealt with the TAUs, I've dealt with the land use, I have dealt with all the organizations that they're involved with that.
For what are you most criticized in the political arena? How do you address the criticism?
Oh, I'd have to go through. Boy, we'd almost have to 3 minutes for this. What I'm most criticized in the political arena, I've been involved in politics in this town probably for the 38 years that I've been here. The last 18 has been specifically through my articles. I write as the ski bum. I started out with the Entertainer magazine and ended up with the Mountain News, which I'm currently no longer writing for during the election. I've always been politically motivated in the town, but I get criticized not only political, but I get criticized in a lot of things. I own a tree service and roofing company. I have a lot of my hands are involved in just about every single thing in this town, and I'm very scrutinized. I have to watch my P's and Q's in this town. As far as being criticized in the political arena, I just started in the political arena, if you can call it politics. How do I address this criticism? Head on. If someone wants to criticize me, I have no problems in them criticizing me and telling me different things, but they cannot do it anonymously. There is no way, no how I will deal with anyone anonymously. I'm willing to listen to everybody as far as addressing the criticism.
Well, I've been in politics for quite a while. I've been on the school board for over 12 years. So naturally, there's been some very difficult decisions we've had to address. And probably the most difficult was when we had to close 2 schools up here because of declining enrollment. That was the very first decision I had to make as a school board member 12 years ago, and it was very difficult because one of the schools was my daughter's. That being said, probably the best part about that is that we took those schools at our lowest point and we've built them up to one of the strongest school districts in California, I believe. We have wonderful new facilities and we have great staff, and I really have to credit that to our board, our entire board, for being able to work together and collaborate. And that's really how you address criticism. You have to work together, get out there, have communication with people and explain to them why it is you're doing something. There's always going to be criticism about every move you make, and I've learned that through the years. And what you have to do is decide and make a decision, be a strong leader, and then go back and explain to people why you made that decision. And 9 times out of 10, people will understand and appreciate the fact that you've come back to them and talked to them about whatever questions they had. And I will promise to always do that. I will have town hall meetings whenever there's any discussion and we need to meet, we can meet. I have an open door policy, and I will continue to have that open door policy throughout my career.